Hello there, Shadow Helmet Guy here. Today, we're diving into the new Halo game, the one that's basically a remake of the game that's already got a remaster. Anyway, if you enjoy the content and you want to see more, don't forget to like, follow, and subscribe. Now, let's get into it. So here's a surprise. Turns out visuals aren't everything for this game. Shocking. I was not expecting that. That formula worked for the new Star Fox game and Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced. But realistic visuals didn't save this one for Halo. Honestly, that's surprising. Guess the hype wasn't there. But now that I think about it, I'm not that shocked it flopped. It already had a remaster, and it feels like they made some unnecessary changes, messing with stuff that doesn't need to be touched. Now, comparing this to the older content, they've clearly taken the original game's building and layout and tried to improve on it. We've got redesigned maps and refreshed areas, but they also removed certain original elements and changed others. Like in the beach area, there's now an invisible wall, so you can't take a warthog and drive it through the water to fall off the map anymore, and the texture on certain ancient structure has been changed to look less ancient and more modern. So in some ways, yeah, it does look good, but in other ways, some of these changes aren't necessary for the better. Now for the cutscenes. Looks like they've added a couple of new ones, and cut some bits they probably felt weren't needed. But for some reason, these new cutscenes felt padded. They drag on a bit too much, and the ones that are replacing the older cutscenes feels off in terms of pacing. Some of the character models don't look right either, especially Cortana. I think it comes down to the more modern design approach. And Sergeant Johnson's voice doesn't sound right. That's because he's been recasted with a new voice actor. So the original guy isn't behind the mic anymore. The original felt more lively, but this new one feels more scripted and generic. Now for this gameplay. It seems that they've added a lot of modern Halo features that weren't in the original. Stuff like hijacking vehicles and picking up certain weapons you couldn't before. Then there's the new sprint mechanic. Honestly, it feels like that's unnecessary. It could let you avoid danger or move between areas a lot faster, which makes the levels feel shorter and takes away some of the challenge. And then there's the new skulls that weren't in the original. With these, you can do things like switch to third person view, which looks different and unique, along with a bunch of other features. Now for the flood. It seems like there's a change where sometimes you can find a dead corpse. They can revive it and turn them into one of them, and it feels like they're not quite aggressive in their attacks as the original, along with the rocket launcher flood, which can shoot you instantly and overwhelm you with a lot of enemies. Now, it looks like they've added a new enemy from other Halo games, the tanker version of the Flood, which turns out to be the tank form for that first show up in Halo 3. They've also changed the area and texture to reflect everything becoming consumed and infected, both in the background and the environment. Now for this new content. In this extra mission, the story feels weak. It's mostly a side mission with added characters who don't need to be there. Lieutenant Williams. She ends up antagonizing Master Chief throughout the mission, downplaying all of his achievements, mostly acting like someone who doesn't like Spartans, even though they're all trying to do the same job of saving mankind. It comes across as petty and stupid, because the conflict like that isn't needed when the world's at stake. And with the Prophet's storyline, there's a device that puts the brutes into berserker mode when you shoot a control chip in their chest. But honestly, it feels like they should have just sent Master Chief in alone. He would have gotten the job done faster without any noise or dead weight slowing him down. But the whole thing ends up feeling pointless, especially when the Prophet gets away in the end anyway. One of the better ideas they could have gone with was maybe a Halo Maker mode, similar to Mario Maker, where you build your own version of the game. You could still keep the original story intact, but customizing it however you want, or create your own levels and areas, kind of like a Forge from Halo 3. They could even bring back the dual wielding mechanic. Just let loose, have some fun with it, and you wouldn't be locked into just play Master Chief. You could play as any character you want. That's really the only idea I've got, but hey, at least it's something different. So it's kind of disappointing that they decide to do a remake instead of doing a remaster for Halo 3, or even a sequel that carries from Infinite. But anyway, these are just my thoughts. Let me know what you think in the comment section below, and once again, thanks for watching.